First off, can I just say that just as every Texan this morning, our hearts are heavy for the loss of our fellow Texans, and clearly we stand in solidarity with those who lost their family members and loved ones in Ohio. The president came out with a forceful statement, obviously a statement of conciliation, which the nation needed to hear, but also a forceful statement about the path going forward. I, for one, am gladdened to hear his Department of Justice is willing to step up. And you know, the cautionary notes that we've all seen that surround when the information is revealed around these shootings, that there were a number of things that were blinking red, and no one did anything. So I think I heard Congressman Will Hurd this morning say on another channel that if you see something that is posted online, take a screenshot, get it to someone. He recommended the FBI. I'll go a little further and say your local police or your local sheriff's office certainly should be aware of that screenshot that you've saved. But look, there's no single thing that's going to be a panacea. I like the concept of this temporary gun violence protective order that the president has discussed. If there are red flags there, give law enforcement the tools that they need to do something until the issue is settled, provide all due process protections for law-abiding citizens. But this is one of the things that I think could go a long way towards alleviating this problem.
You heard so many things from the president just there, Congressman. We condemn white supremacy. He talked about reforming mental health laws in this country. He called for the red flag laws that he has called for, the death penalty for mass murders and mass shootings. What did you hear from the president in the wake of so many calls, particularly from Democrats running for the presidency? What did you hear from the president as far as a willingness to change or adapt gun laws in this country, in his words just now?
Well, I think you heard that he was open to suggestion. Let me share with you the reality in which I live every day in the United States House of Representatives. There are people in the House of Representatives who do not want to give the administration a single win on anything, whether that be drug prices, whether that be cost of health care. They do not want to see the president win on anything because they are positioning themselves for 2020. That's perhaps part of the tragedy in the situation.
Sir, can you shed any more light on the investigation down there in Texas? It's our understanding this individual's from Dallas and he drove to El Paso. Do we know when and why that happened?
No, I certainly can't provide you anything than what's been available on national and local news media. Obviously, they have contacted the individual's family, I believe his grandparents. They said they're only talking to law enforcement, not to news media. I think that's a responsible position for them to take. And of course, when you had these two episodes occur back to back, extremely important to know, well, wait a minute, is there something else waiting in the wings? Is there another shoe yet to drop on this? Apparently not. They do appear to be completely unrelated. And as far as the individual who left the North Texas area to go to El Paso, it seems like that was the action of a single individual and not a larger block. But and the president also mentioned the death penalty. Obviously, the death penalty is alive and well in Texas, and this individual, as I understand it, is being held without bond in the jail in El Paso, and he is being charged with a capital crime, which would be accessible to the death penalty. Clearly, there are federal death penalty provisions as well. So I guess the question is, where is that going to take place? Is it Huntsville, Texas, or Leavenworth, Kansas? I don't care. Like the president, I want it to be fast.
Last point here. Democrats are calling for senators to come back to Washington and end the August break. I know you're on the House side, but is that something that would lead to anything productive?
Hard to know because, again, reference my earlier remarks about no one on the Democratic side wanted to give the president a win. Surely it's useful when the world's greatest deliberative body gets together and deliberates. If it is a requirement that the House come back, I'm absolutely okay with that. I think we should be willing to reschedule anything we have on the August recess. This is important work that needs to be done, but realistically, that's a decision that would be up to the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, not one that I can make.